Good day. The Diamond Trading Company held sites in London, Canada, Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa this week. Estimates place a total site value in June at about $700 million, with no price increases reported. Industry insiders put a two-week total of about $1.2 billion in rough made available from DTC, Rio Tinto, Alrosa, and BHP combined. The bulk was bought by only a handful of companies, and insiders fear that these goods are not being distributed evenly or efficiently. Now, before we check with Zach on JCK comments from the Israeli trade, in reviewing our broadcast coverage from the show, comments were mostly on the positive side, although it appeared orders were mixed to slightly lower than 2007. However, last night at the airport, buyers heading back to New York were telling me their assessment on activity was dramatically weaker, actually, than last year. On the brighter side, though, one specialty wholesaler from New York said orders of children's jewelry made JCK 2008 one of the best shows she's had. But this was due to 2 months of legwork ahead of time to promote the product line with retailers. Now, I believe we have positive comments out of Israel, too, but only due to great marketing efforts. Zach?
Well, that's right, Jeff. Israelis I spoke with are saying the same things you've been reporting all week. Most of the success appeared to be going to the bigger and flashier sellers. It also seemed to help if they were part of IDI's Israel Pavilion. Walk-up sales were definitely down, but traders who made the right calls and organized appointments were reporting great results, especially for the larger and more expensive goods. Israelis are trying to reverse the trend shown so far this year, as the U.S. has been the only major country where Israel's polished exports have dropped. The U.S. still accounts for just under half of Israel's exports, but the total has fallen 8.4% between January and May this year. In contrast, Israel's exports to Hong Kong have risen 51% for the period, after a concerted effort by Israeli companies to penetrate the Far East. While they are confident sales of the East are going to continue to rise, time will only tell if JCK gave Israelis the U.S. boost they were hoping for. That's all for this week, Jeff.
Okay, thank you, Zach. To review our videos from JCK and the Daily Diamond Dish blog by Leah Geffen, go to diamonds.net/news, and you will see the links in bold red type. A lot of retail news this week, but first, since we in Manhattan are often accused of living outside of retail reality, the Vegas show did give me an opportunity to drive to jewelry stores in the suburbs and check activity. 2 jewelers I visited were going out of business. One was Crescent, which we all know about. 5 other jewelry stores, which included the big brands, were empty. No shoppers. Cash registers at 2 malls I visited were dead as well. However, the strip mall discount clothing stores were packed and ringing up sales. So these observations really lead into financial news of the day. Finley Enterprises blamed weak consumer confidence in the United States for its poor performance and reported a net loss of $11 million, but sales rose 26% to $205 million due to the company's acquisition of specialty stores. Harry Winston reported a soft U.S. market in first quarter, but strong retail out of Asia and Europe helped boost its sales 27% to $74 million, while its mining units fell 2% to $81 million. Group earnings rose to $21 million, up from $3.3 million. First quarter earnings at Tiffany bucked the recession in the United States with strong international sales and favorable currency rates against the dollar. Profits rose 19% to $64 million as sales grew 12% to $668 million, and comparable store sales rose 7%. Luxury retailer Movado Group profits dropped in half to $1.2 million, and the company blamed a weak U.S. economy. Neiman Marcus profits fell 7% to $55 million in its third fiscal quarter. Sales fell 1% to $1.06 billion. Same-store sales fell 2.5%. The World Gemological Institute commissioned a survey in the United States to see how the diamond grading report plays into the purchase of diamond jewelry. They shared their research at the JCK Show.
We asked them, if you're buying a significant diamond piece, either a significant diamond or diamond jewelry, which of the following gives you the highest sort of confidence or reassurance about the diamond you're buying? And we found this to be interesting, and it does bleed down into the types of things we're doing with our program. 33 or a third % said the reputation of the shop that they're going to. So that's that brand confidence in the store that they're going to. They've gotten comfortable with it, that they see from advertising. But another third says the reporter certificate. So there is that comparison. The other large number here is the I do not purchase diamond jewelry, so we can sort of not count that. But what we're looking at is there's a third that goes by the strength of the retailer, there's a third that goes by the strength of the report. So when we look at that, we say, well, okay, that's great. You're getting confidence from the retailer, you're getting confidence from the report. Is there a way to add those together? Is there a way to sort of create even more confidence if you can blend those two things that give reassurance into sort of one item or one experience?
Brock also said half the consumer survey wanted to see the report at the stage when they've narrowed down their choice of diamonds to about 2 or 3. In precious metals news, gold has shed 2.5% on the week to $878.20 an ounce. Platinum is down almost 4% to $19.91, and silver is down 4% to $16.78 an ounce. Do check diamonds.net for all the latest industry news, and check back next Wednesday for our weekly broadcast.